Hi, this is Corwyn.
And I'm James.
And thanks for listening to This Movie's Gay.
Oh, and boy, do we have a doozy for you today. You want to know why?
We haven't said a doozy in a while.
Oh, a doozy is a while. But you want to know why, Corwyn? I'm exhausted, I'm ornery, and I'm pissed.
That sounds normal. Not normal. That sounds
that I'm exhausted. That's appropriate.
Yeah. Why are you ornery?
Because I'm exhausted. I've crescendoed. This is the most exhausted I've ever been because I have so much to do because I'm going out of town for a week.
Oh, so you're overloading your plate and
I'm just
exhausting yourself.
I have to bank things and it sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I was also exhausted after Macbeth. That's why I was like, you were like Monday, and I was like, oh no, I need a minute.
When do you want to record next week?
I don't know.
I hope it's not Monday. I want that day to edit more podcasts.
Okay, we can do another day besides Monday. I don't have other plans now.
Oh yeah, then probably Thursday or Friday, baby. But we got to do two.
We got to do. Oh, that means I need like a day so that we can do two in one day.
Then I still have so the following week I'll still have like Monday and Tuesday, so we could also do two on that day.
And your weekends are booked?
Oh wait, no. Maybe if we do that, we won't need to as long as you can do the next weekend.
I have my schedule for the next
couple
weeks.
We'll look at
send
it.
To you.
That's off the podcast stuff, but like I said, I'm ornery. I'm pissed.
Ornery.
I was trying to. There was a glare on this TV screen, and I. Okay, here's one thing. He
raised his voice a little, and I was like, James.
Okay, here's one thing. People, if you are doing a streaming app, figure the fuck out if a square is back or a triangle is back, and then everyone do that. Everyone can't be like, oh yeah, square's back for us. Then another company's like, oh no, triangle's back for us.
Yeah, James was having some trouble. It's fine. Today we watched our movie on
Netflix. On Netflix DVDs. No, you have to freaking tell them, Corwyn.
That means we'd have to
think ahead.
When I literally chose the movie today.
I'd like to drink a head of beer. That's what they call it. You know, the head on the beer, the frothy foam. Yeah, I love drinking the head of a beer.
You don't drink anything, James.
The frothy goodness I'll drink.
Will you?
No.
That's what I thought. I was like, okay, bet. I'm gonna bring a beer next time and pour it so that it gets a lot of head, and then
will a
give
root
you the
beer,
head.
If you get it out of a tap, wonder if that'll have a nice frothy head.
I mean, all soda would for a second, right?
Yeah, but that frothy head is just carbonation.
I'm really tired of saying frothy head, so I'm gonna say that the movie this week was Lez Bomb. And it was made in 2018.
Yeah, and speaking of frothy heads, some people had frosty heads. That's right, guys. Blonde tips are now called frosty heads.
Okay.
Oh, whoa, Corwyn, you did it.
I did what?
You didn't just shut something down.
That was shutting you down.
It was saying okay, and then like we could keep going, keep flowing. Don't you know, and flowing.
Don't I regularly say okay? Or
yeah, but that was that was a warm okay, not like
was it?
Okay.
I feel like you're gonna listen to this and you're gonna be like,
I am listening in my headphone.
He said the same okay that he does whenever he's like, let's change the subject.
Corwyn, look. I'm like someone singing music right now.
He's like a DJ taking his headphones off and then putting one headphone on his ear and then dancing a little bit. I feel like he would be...
And we'll harmonize.
He would be like doing the record scratching right now.
Oh, yeah. Corwyn, what's a song we all know? Do you know Mary Had a Little Lamb?
No.
Do you know... Ring Around the Rosies?
No.
I don't know that one either. So I don't know. Happy birthday?
No.
Happy birthday. I'm trying to harmonize with you. I also don't like how my ears close.
Why are you doing this right now?
I've crescendoed back into being bonkers.
You've crescendoed into just randomly singing for no reason? We didn't even talk about the Lumineers soundtrack being on this movie.
I think this is a conspiracy. I think this was co-funded by the Lumineer.
I feel like The Lumineer?
Yeah, it's a
the
singular.
Illuminati, but just
It's
the
one.
Lumineer.
Yeah, the Lumineer. They need to get out of here. They're in your art. They're in your lives. And guess what? That's right. They've even crawled into your food brands. Yeah.
It's that music I would listen to in college.
What? Wouldn't it be cool if you ate something and then it made you glow? It'd be pretty cool. You know, you eat something and then maybe you're going spelunking into a cave and you didn't need to bring some lights with you. I mean, you still should in case the glowiness wears off on you too soon and then, you're in an underwater cave, no light.
The fuck are you talking about, James?
And
What has happened?
Are going to die alone in there. Spelunking is the most terrifying thing
I'm
one
not
could
going
think of.
spelunking.
Corwyn, when we
James,
start...
can you give a brief synopsis of this movie before you start talking about spelunking again?
Okay. Can I end the spelunking thing?
I don't know when you started this spelunking thing, to
I
be
just
quite
want to
honest.
say, anyone on Marsh Land Media, if we ever have contracts, in the contract, I will put health insurance will be voided if you go spelunking. Or you want to know what? I just don't want you to go spelunking because I'm afraid you'll die and then I will miss you. So
then don't void the health insurance, because if I go spelunking and then my health insurance is out and I get injured and get out, I will need to have the health insurance so I don't die.
I guess I should say your life insurance gets voided because you're guaranteed going to die if you go spelunking enough. It has 100% death rate, spelunking.
Life has 100% death rate, James.
Oh, wow, that's emo as hell, Corwyn. You're gothic. Okay. Jinx. Ooh, it's my podcast now.
Is
Corwyn got jinxed. No,
I don't
this
abide
is
by your
this
jinx
is your
rules.
podcast, Corwyn. Just like What the Hellmouth is TC's, Hit It and Crit It is the other four people's. So I'm not responsible for promoting things. And guys, guess what? We have an Instagram. Thank you so much, Corwyn.
We just got an Instagram. I posted the first picture moments ago.
Of
so you'll
what?
find out in like 3 days that I've posted the first picture if you're listening to this and haven't checked the Instagram. But follow us. It's at This Movie's Gay,
Whoa.
like everything else.
I would have done at TMG Pod. I'm kidding.
The first picture is just a selfie of me with the mic and my giant beard that I still have. Oh, and Sia already commented on it.
Yes. See, we believe.
Sia
You're the
commented a bunch of
greatest.
fire. Fire. Yes. Love it.
I would have commented smiley faces
You
and
still
then
could. You're
like,
following us with Marshland Monster.
then a face palm one. Corwyn, can you explain to me what's going on in the group chat? I have literally...
How much time do you have?
I have literally been working 9-hour days the past 3 days and I have to just turn my phone over. I saw where it started, don't remember where it started, and then it just snowballed, it ballooned.
It's been
Yes,
basically TC and I and a few others. Rudy was involved at one point.
You've explained.
Anissa was involved at one point. And we're just going off the rails talking about random things.
Yeah, something
Specifically someone using a mason jar as a self-pleasure tool.
Yeah, one guy, one jar, I believe is what it's called. You
And
ever
it
seen that
broke.
video? Yeah.
I have not seen that video, and I will not be watching that video. Do not at me.
It's
I
terrifying.
do not want it.
As a kid, I laughed about it because it ends with someone screaming. However, in an interview with the person who actually I think we've talked about that on this show.
Did the person die? I
No.
feel like, how did they not die? How did it not stab their sphincter
and I don't
rip it in
believe
half?
they had insurance, so they had to pull
Christ.
shards out themselves. But it ends with someone screaming. However, someone added in that screaming. That jar just busts. And he then busts.
TC said that the guy in the video pulls the shards out himself.
I don't
TC said
think...
nothing about screaming.
Oh, yeah. At the end of it, at least the version I saw, someone put in their own like, ah! But much louder. I don't want to peek in the mic.
That's probably their reaction to the video. They're watching the video and then they see it bust and they're like, ah! I mean, why would you watch that? And I don't understand.
It's also just like get a solid glass thing to shove up there.
There are many, many, many sex toys that you can purchase.
Yeah,
in lieu
a dildo,
of mason jars.
a dragon dildo.
You can get a whole ass dragon dildo.
A friggin' dog dildo. They now have Pokemon dildos.
Oh, that's so strange.
It is, guys. Hey,
But
if
they're
you're
dildos.
out there,
I would rather people play with those
then jars.
than jars. Yeah.
Or you want to know what? Like fill the jar up with something. Like something solid. Like, I don't know, sand.
Well, we also started going on a tangent because TC said, would you do that for $3 million? And all of us said no,
wait.
except for TC.
Would it bust?
I feel like it would bust. And yeah, but also that's huge.
Yeah.
Mason jars are big.
Yeah.
They're so fucking big.
You want to know what? Unless you're going to one of those hipster restaurants where they use mason jars as cups. So they're tiny.
They're still pretty big.
I just burped
They're
and
very girthy.
I forgot that I had mint chocolate chip ice cream before you came over, and I tasted the mint chocolate chip.
All right. So now that we've talked about the group chat.
Okay, one thing. What's this thing with fucking Santa Claus and cookies?
I don't remember why Santa Claus got brought up, but Jesus Christ was brought up.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about Jesus. And then we started talking about Santa Claus, and then we started talking about Santa Claus's infidelity with Mrs. Claus and kissing some random
Person named Katie? That's what I saw. Oh, also for you guys out there, Marsh Land Media, so everyone on Hit It and Crit It, What the Hellmouth, This Movie's Gay, Mostly Speaking Sentai, I'll Get There, are all in a Facebook group chat. Most of the time, it's dead. Besides me sending numbers to people saying, hey, this was our week's listening, or saying, hey, there's a big episode of this podcast. Let's promote it if you can. But these past 3 days, literally 300 plus messages a day, which is unheard of in this group.
We've just been talking.
Yeah, and I was like, guys, save it for the friggin' pod. Everyone should come on. We'll do an 8-person episode. It'll be great.
That sounds like more stress to add to your plate, James.
Whenever there are more than 5 people on an episode, I don't edit it. I just level everything out and then just put it out.
Yeah, but then you'd have to deal with like all 8 of us here and talking.
That's fine.
And just being ourselves.
Yeah,
we're a lot.
Yeah. I want to do that for like a Thanksgiving or like a holiday or a 1-year anniversary.
Speaking
is coming
of
up.
Thanksgiving,
guys,
this movie.
Lez Bomb. So there's this lady and she hasn't come out to her parents yet.
Lauren is her name.
And she has a girlfriend, blonde hair, red lips, short mini skirt dress, Taylor Swift.
She looks sort of like the girl on Community.
Gillian Jacobs.
Yes.
And she's going home. She also has a roommate, which he's a man, and there seems to be the girlfriend doesn't like Austin. And they go home. She hasn't told her family, and her family, you better believe they don't let her speak.
They talk over each other, much like sometimes we do here.
Yeah.
Haha.
And it's just her trying to come out to her parents and family who will not let her finish a sentence.
On Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And
with
it was
her whole family.
Frustrating as fuck.
Yeah, this was billed as a comedy, which, I mean, I could see where they were going, and I did laugh at numerous occasions. Specifically, the first time I laughed was when the grandparents showed up, because the grandmother is, oh God, what's her name? I think it's like Cloris.
It doesn't matter. She's a
something.
grandmammy.
She plays the grandmother in Raising Hope, if you have watched that show, which is about a dude getting a serial killer pregnant and then raising the baby.
Now,
with his family.
I've never seen Raising Hope, but you better believe I'm blazing dope.
What are you talking about? Anyway, the grandmother,
weed.
She's a comedian. She's fucking hilarious. But the grandparents coming out, the very first thing that happens with them is she just starts going off about Lipitor. And then she's talking about, like, they're talking about, like, oh, what's the side effects? And then she goes, death. And she's just, it's great.
Corwyn's being emo today, guys.
No, it was just funny because you've got this old ass lady talking about, oh, you should get on Lipitor. And he's like, what's the side effects? She's like, death. Get that shit out of here. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, guys, death is around every corner. Be on your watch.
I also wrote something else on my page, but I can't tell what it is. It looks like it's BTHE. I don't know.
I got a question for any listeners and for you, Corwyn, as well. Do parents actually keep childhood bedrooms the way they are?
My family, my mother specifically, who I lived with for most of my life, moved a lot. So I never got to keep a lot of things in memories that way. So I'm going to go with no. But I feel like other families might do, yes.
The instant, right away when I moved out, my family was like, oh, we're going to repaint it, put in a new bed, completely, actually just change the entire house. So when I go into my childhood home, it doesn't resemble it at all.
Yeah, as soon as my younger sibling moved out of my mother's house at the time, they made it into a guest bedroom.
Yeah.
And then my dad, because I did live with him for a little bit too, after I went to college, he turned it into his exercise room.
Nice. Your dad's friggin' ripped, isn't he? He's svelte. He's looking like a man. He gets all the ladies in town.
So... anyway, yes, my favorite part of this movie were the grandparents. They sucked a little bit, but mostly they were funny. And every single time they would do something or say something, it was just so refreshing because of this frustration with Lauren trying to talk to her family and come out and them just not listening. The grandparents are just there like, taking diet enzymes or some shit like that.
One of the most frustrating things, because I see it every time I go to Nicole's family's area, is the vegetarian bullshit. Because both Nicole and I are, and her family, specifically like men in her family, will constantly say, oh, you want some taco meat? And it's like, dude, get the fuck. Her stepdad, however, is fucking fantastic. He never does any of this bullshit. It's other people. I say that because he is known for making fantastic tacos, and I felt bad thinking if he ever heard this, I'm calling him out. No, he's pretty much flawless. So it's just bullshit jokes, and I know like there's a double entendre with this of saying meat is penis in this movie and vegetarian being
what? Oh! I'm just kidding. I knew.
And I'm pretty sure people probably did that same bullshit to Nicole because Nicole's been a vegetarian since like 7th grade.
Yeah, I can relate to that just in being Southern. Like there were a couple of times that I tried to do vegetarian for a while and it just never worked out because my family does eat a lot of meat. I mean, one thing my family does is they raise cows. So like, we have meat and chickens and things like that. I slaughtered a chicken when I was younger.
Whoa.
Slaughtered many chickens when I was younger.
You're metal
to
and
eat
Gothic today.
Chickens. No, I grew up like mostly on a farm. Like grew up in rural Tennessee. So yeah, lots of meat. Very little vegetarian options.
Can chickens run around with their head cut off?
Yes. So
Whoa.
the first time... not the first time, but my most vivid memory of killing a chicken to eat it, specifically to eat it. We're not just killing chickens to kill chickens, y'all. We're actually using them for sustenance. It was a rooster and it was a very mean rooster, but my brother is the one that killed it. And we had this log with nails so that you could put its head there and then you chop it off, all of that. And he missed. So it chopped off most of its head. It was just connected through a little piece of skin, basically. And the rooster ran around just the head flopping in the wind, all just disconnected. Eventually, and it ran under a truck. So we were just all right, well, it's down there. And it just, kept running around until eventually it got caught and then fizzled out.
I'm going to re-edit what you just said and take out any parts where you said chicken or rooster. So it's going to be the first time I killed to eat it. And then you just keep going and people will be like,
do that.
Oh no, it might be a blooper if I have time. Guess what, guys?
He doesn't.
I probably won't.
So got him.
Got him.
You gotta just have the episode unedited for the most part.
No,
I'm trying to avoid
edit
my audio problems.
You just did. You just started getting quiet.
No, I'm still loud on there.
No, but okay. Edit an episode with me one day, and I will show you what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Okay, well then you just got quiet right there. Oh, Corwyn, don't laugh like that. It's Gothic. Let me go through my... Okay, that's just loud.
That one was loud. So, yes. Thanks for listening to my chicken story.
So, Thanksgiving at a new relationship's house. I remember the first time Nicole brought me to... It was everyone's house on one Thanksgiving day. And I'm glad, so glad that Nicole... it's not that she doesn't give a shit about her family. It's that she doesn't want to talk to all of them. So she's not like, oh, you have to meet so-and-so. You have to, we have to be engaging at all time. She's cool just going back into the corner and talking to me the entire time. And I'm the same way.
Fun.
I would usually just put headphones on, listen to some tunes.
I mean, most of my family's very Republican, so I don't really care to talk to them anyway.
Ooh, you gotta learn about the GOP guys. They're doing some revolutionary shit right now. It's just steps and bounds above what we as Americans thought was possible living in America. It's kind of breathtaking and literal breathtaking. I'm saying you'll be murdered.
I was giving James the I'm gonna murder you look.
No, you were giving me the, yes, I do love the GOP look.
Jesus Christ, James.
In private, Corwyn's like, I love Republicans. I have a tattoo of goddamn Ronald Reagan's birthday on my ankle bracelet. Yeah, I fooled you. I don't have a tattoo because then I won't be able to get into an all-Republican grave plot.
What?
Yeah, Republicans
what are you talking about?
Republicans just stack grave plots to become a tower of graves. Actually, that's a pretty gnarly ass idea that I need to incorporate into a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. A tower of graves? That's pretty dope, Corwyn. Think about it. It's like a tower. I'm not saying it's a tower of dirt. I'm saying the tower is just filled with graves. You know how people bury into the ground for catacombs? Think about a tower of death. You're Gothic these days. Goth, as you might abbreviate it. Goth is the GOT.
I'm just wondering how much James is going to continue rambling on a tangent that I hate if I just stare at him.
You like this fantasy stuff. Just think if you had a sword and you had to travel up through the tower. I know this is kind of sounding like the video game Shadow Tower.
This is stressful as Lauren's coming out story was. She tried so hard with her family and she was just struggle busting her way along. Thank God for her aunt finally being like, whenever Haley is doing the
final
prayer,
hurrah.
The prayer, the grace, saying grace, and being like
Corwyn,
giving very
heavily
giving heavily, shit. I don't remember words. Just talking very pointedly at Lauren, and then her aunt just going, "Holy shit." And when Lauren inevitably runs off without telling them that she's a lesbian, the aunt follows her and is like, you and Haley dating. Yes. This is great. Beautiful. Love her. Love that journey. Also, that bag of weed. There was a shit ton of weed.
So much. How much would that have cost?
I don't know. But then he just threw it to the drug dealers, which then immediately pulled a sword on them. Y'all, this movie does a lot.
Guys, if you are familiar with weed, think of a small duffel bag, but a small one.
It was like one of those bags that you see like medical people carrying.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's an EMT bag or something like that.
Yeah.
It's just like a smaller red duffel bag.
Or like a tool bag. If a bag like that were full of Ziploc bags of weed, how much would that cost, guys? Let us know. Wait, do we do hashtags on this? No, we don't. Just let us know at This Movie's Gay on Twitter or Insta, fam.
I hate that. Anyway, that's what I do. I don't say okay, I say anyway. That's what it was. Ha! Also, another moment, kiss her on the lips. The uncle kissed his mother on the lips. That was a little weird.
Oh, yeah.
Do you kiss your mom on the lips, James? Come on.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's weird.
I just go
weird,
dead
y'all.
when she tries to hug me.
I do give hugs. I give lots of hugs. I give good hugs. Great hugs. Beautiful, beautiful hugs.
If my mom tried to kiss me on the lips, I'd say, Mom, I worship Satan with this mouth. And then she'd say, no, it's the devil's tongue.
The mom saying, you've had a lot of best friends. I thought I was your best friend. Oh, Mom. Oh, Mom.
Mom, get out of here.
Get out of here, Mom. We find out later that all of Lauren's best friends were probably people that she was sleeping with.
Yeah.
And by people, I mean women. Lots of women is what she said later.
I sleep in a bed with my 2 best friends, Nicole and Frank.
I'm glad you clarified.
And Frank is our cat to any first-time listeners.
Also, the roommate Austin. That was a weird thing because he seemed just like this cool roommate that's like super chill and has his own life and relationship and all that stuff going on. And then you've got some weird drama with Haley being like, "Why is Austin here?" and all of that. Like, I went to my roommate's family's house for Thanksgiving a couple of years ago, and it was just super chill. But also, I'm like super queer, so I mean that's a thing. But yeah, the roommate thing was weird, especially because in the beginning he straight up answered Lauren's phone, where it's like, why are you answering someone else's phone without them telling you to answer it? What the fuck?
He did?
Yes, he answered the phone. That's how he got invited to Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I thought that was weird. And then the next time that the mom called, it was really funny because Lauren was making out with Haley, and then suddenly her mom calls, and she's like, "Hi, yeah, I'm gonna come to, Thanksgiving or whatever." And the mom's like, "When are we meeting this boyfriend of yours?" It's funny because she had just been making out with her significant other.
Yeah. Is that
Haley.
Nicole we hear?
Possibly.
Or is that Frank?
It's Frank.
Frank's getting crazy in there.
Frank's going crazy.
He's stomping them feet, begging for eats. Hey, everybody, feed that little cat.
And then the dad taking the roommate, Austin, out into the middle of nowhere and being like, "You're dating my daughter, right?" Or whatever. Or you slept with my daughter, and him being like, "We slept together once and it didn't mean anything."
Just never admit to it.
That was such an awkward, but also that scene was kind of funny, I guess. Just him slowly counting down from 10 like he's going to murder him in the middle of a golf course looking thing.
I wrote down golf courses are just a waste of real estate. Stop having them.
I mean, yards are also a waste of real estate. You should have a garden there instead.
You should just get really into VR has leaps and bounds. Even if you were to go to Wii Golf, that's fun. That will give you the same feeling. Just do VR outside in a tiny little plot of land.
And then another frustrating thing, Haley continued the trend of Lauren's family not letting her talk by not letting Lauren tell her that Austin was at fucking Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's like, come on. Stop interrupting Lauren.
Or it's just trying to take her by the throat and say, "You can't talk. You can't talk." Also, if you get frustrated by people talking over you and not letting you talk, you would hate What the Hellmouth.
I tend to make myself known, so people can try to talk over me. That's fine.
Oh, then you can't come on the podcast because it will be a battle between you and TC.
You said that when TC was on this podcast, and that's not what happened.
Yes, but TC loves to talk about Buffy. And
I also love Buffy.
Yeah, okay, and then that's even worse. So,
yes.
One time, Anissa was talking, did not get to finish their sentence. Then TC just talked over Anissa and started talking about a completely different subject.
That just sounds like you.
No, hold on. Then gets done talking, and I said, "Hey, you didn't let Anissa finish what she was saying." And TC goes, "To be honest, I knew where Anissa was going with it, and I just didn't want to keep the conversation going, so I moved on to the next thing." I was like, oh my fucking God.
That sounds like what I do with you.
Yeah.
When you go off on your tangents.
No, you let me finish.
I mean, today I'm letting you finish just because I get to just stare at you while you try to come up with more things to say.
Yeah, I know. I'm a miracle of marvels. How far are we? 32?
We're
Is that what?
32 minutes.
Ooh, we still good, baby.
Yeah, why are you worrying? You told me.
No, because sometimes when we do Mostly Speaking Sentai, I'll think we're like 20 minutes in and we're an hour and 10 in. And I'm like, uh-oh, baby.
The grandpa saw Haley and Lauren kissing, so later he's in the kitchen and they're talking about her being a vegetarian, and the grandpa goes, she doesn't eat meat, but she eats pie.
Ooh, and that's a sexual
And someone else is like, so
aneurysm.
It was weird.
Ooh, yes, and he's like, pie
What are you
means
doing?
Pussy. And pussy means kitty cat, and kitty
And then the
cat
grandmother was
means
like, I
vagina.
know. Don't bring your side course and your main course together for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Leave them separate.
Why can't you have two main courses? Polygamy is a beautiful thing, guys. It's three loves binding together. You ever seen the show Sister Wives on TLC? I applaud that man for bringing these families together and just having so much love under one house.
The grandpa was cracking me up with that sometimes, but also just kind of annoying. But that's fine. You can be annoying. You're old. And then...
No. Expect better from older people.
Lauren's like, Haley's my girlfriend. And to her brother, because her brother is being a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, well, you made out with my friend. And I don't...
Yeah, but that friend you weren't trying to make out with as well.
We never know. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know. I mean, he never said that, though. But yes, he continued to flirt with Haley in the most awkward way possible.
Yeah, she shoved mashed potatoes in his face.
That was hilarious.
She should have shoved a fucking gun in his face.
They didn't have a gun. Also, the dad dropped the turkey straight up and then washed it with soap.
You don't do that.
Also, like, it fell and, you know, it is disgusting, but there was skin there. So he could have just taken the skin off. And then it would have been fine. But also, I would have just not eaten it, probably. I would have just eaten the smoked turkey from Austin.
Carve the outside of the turkey, like just like an inch of the outside, just all of it. Throw that part away. Perfectly good toiki.
I mean, I'm just not going to eat any of it. I'm going to eat the one that doesn't look like it's an unbaked turkey.
Oh, yeah. That also did look uncooked when it was. I'm guessing it was because they had it in the budgets, guys. It was in the sink. They're not going to put a cooked turkey in the sink. If they're cooking a turkey, they want it ready for, you know, maybe the crew to eat as well.
I don't know. Turkeys are really cheap.
Which is crazy. It's more expensive to get a friggin' head of lettuce than it is to get a whole turkey. GMOs.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is the lettuce I'm getting.
The fuck kind of lettuce are you eating? Is it got gold flakes in it? What the hell are you doing, James?
It's not a head of lettuce. It's a friggin' globe of lettuce.
You're just like, please help me with my budget. I spend $500 on lettuce a week.
Yeah, guys. No, I don't. I spend $1 on all my meals. Spaghetti, baby, which is actually less than $1 because the entire thing, the 16 ounces of all the spaghetti, that's like 4 meals, baby. Corwyn's looking at his notes. He's like, oh, what note should I go to next?
I was just letting James finish.
This one?
I'm pretty much done with my notes, actually.
Or this
Except
one.
the aunt saying immediately after clarifying that she knew that Lauren was a lesbian, asking what scissoring was and saying, I can bend down and touch my toes, but I can't do the splits. Do I need to do the splits? And then Lauren being like, let's circle back to this after dessert, maybe. And the aunt just being like, God damn it, I need to do the splits. And then walking away. Why are you trying to scissor, ma'am?
Yeah.
I mean, that's okay. You do you, but you're married.
As long as you can, like, man spread, kind of man spread, that's as wide as you need to go, guys, to scissor.
I'm unfamiliar with it. I have
with
not looked
spreading?
up. No.
You're doing it right now, baby?
With scissoring. I have not looked up that. That's the end of what I'm saying.
It's 2 clitorises becoming 1.
Oh, jeez. I can't believe the drug dealer dudes who call themselves the cartel pulled out a sword on the mom. And the mom was just like, You're going to pull out a sword on me?
At first, I thought it was crazy, but then we learned that this takes place in Jersey and then makes
in New
sense.
Jersey. It all makes sense.
Everything's legal in Jersey.
Okay, quoting Hamilton.
Yeah, guys, I'm cultured.
And then the grandmother and grandfather came out with the grandmother rolling in her wheelchair, and she threw a fucking turkey at the van, and they all ran off.
Was someone like pushing her?
Yes.
Was it Austin?
I thought the grandpa was pushing her. I don't know. Whatever it was hilarious because she threw that fucking turkey and it hit the window and bounced. It was great. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
There are some great comedic, beautiful moments in this, but there's also that frustration that you see just clearly written on Lauren's face because she's trying to come out throughout this dinner, and coming out is a very frustrating process sometimes. It can be very frustrating. And then we had the big emotional reveal at the end, near the end, when Haley found out that Lauren had slept with Austin before, that Lauren was like, I don't know if I want to be gay or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a thing that happens to a lot of people. Like, not only you have to come to terms with yourself, that's part of coming to terms with yourself, but it's one of those things where, society puts a bunch of stuff on you, and then on top of that says being gay or being queer is bad and this bad thing, or it's this thing that's other. You're othered. So why would anyone choose to do that? And then you have to come to terms with that, and then you have to accept yourself for who you are. And it was beautiful to see that in this little comedy movie.
Corwyn, you already answered my question of the week, which was, does nobody want this?
I mean, at this point in my life, yes, I do. I do want this. This is great. I love who I am, but there were definitely moments in my life where, I'm sitting there in church or whatever, sobbing to myself because I'm like, why me? Why this thing that I'm experiencing, this thing that is me, a part of me, why am I being told that I'm wrong because of it? So it's a lot of stuff to deal with, and it can cause a lot of trauma that you need to work through. And that's hard to work through when you don't have anyone to talk to about it and you don't have anyone accepting you. So that's why you have a lot of issues whenever you have a lot of homophobic people, especially in positions of power, that are speaking against your entire life. That's it.
Corwyn, spoken beautifully out of a beautiful beard. Are you Are you continuing the beard, or will you be cutting it?
I'm going to cut it soon, I think. I want to get headshots done so that, I can bring pictures to potential employers and be like, hey, you need me for this? I can grow a beard. Look at this big old beard.
Yeah.
I can grow it. And then my last note that I have is Austin kissing Lauren. That was out of left field for me because a lot of the way Austin was interacting with Lauren and her family just seemed like it was friendly, and like they'd lived together for 3 years. They're good friends. The family knows them, all of that. But like the grandmother, as soon as he opened the door for her or whatever, she was like, Austin, like that family knows him. And it seemed like he was just a good friend to Lauren, not interested in her romantically with the way he was acting and everything. And then at the end, when she's having issues with Haley, to just suddenly kiss her, just thrown off by that. And I hated it.
I saw that coming.
I did not.
I saw him being in love with her. Of course, that was not the time to try that.
I did not see it as being in love with her because a lot of relationships like that I view with a lens of like friendship. So definitely one of those that was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Once I found out they had slept together, then I totally knew.
I mean, once you found out they slept together, they were probably going to have this as some dramatic thing, as like a trope, but I hope they didn't do that because of the way that he was around the family.
Yeah.
And the way he was around her and Haley. Like, now it's like, oh, well, Haley hated him from the beginning. Like, I'm like, that's dumb. You should just have like, a girl and her girlfriend and then their roommate. Like, there can be friends.
Which,
without the sexual shit. Come on.
They should have just used them sleeping together as that like fine. I did not see Haley not knowing. Is that her name?
Yeah, I didn't know that Haley would.
Yeah,
because
and
they
that
was talking about so cavalierly throughout the whole thing that suddenly her hearing it at the end and being upset by it, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they should have just used that as that plot point instead of him trying to kiss her.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah.
And if I had a chance to rewrite the movie, I would have left that out. It was dumb.
I want to hit through just
Because
a couple more.
There was also, whenever at the end, whenever she came in and was like, I'm going to move out. Like, there was no resolution to him kissing her, really. Like, he's like, oh, I'm sorry about kissing you. But, like, you've been friends and you're best friends. Like, what the fuck? It makes no sense to me. But that just felt like a romance that was just kind of a romantic issue that was just kind of forced into the plot. It was dumb.
As someone who in high school fell in love with
college.
Yes, but as
These
someone
people are after college
in high school who fell in love with all of his best friends, I can see that happening.
You can love your best friend platonically.
Romantically fell in love with all of my best friends.
Oh my God.
Yeah, baby. So, one, in the first scene, Haley is wearing a tank top sweater. No, there's no point for it. Get it out of here. A sweater should cover your pits, guys. That's what I'm saying. You can have a short sleeve sweater. That's fine. And then the cousin or the niece, however you want.
Oh, God. I didn't even mention her. She was the worst.
So at first is like this bratty, I need my cell phone. I need it. She was probably what, like 15?
I can't tell age. I'm just like, that's a child.
So it gets into the plot. It's not a bratty kid saying like that. People will think it's like, oh, a 7-year-old. However, she's not. She then starts hitting on Austin after hearing he was a lacrosse player, and she does sexually harass him to the point where just this disgusting lip lick. She goes like, to him in the car. And anyone doing that is gross. You want to know what's even grosser? An old person doing that while they eat. It's disgusting, guys. Don't go to a breakfast diner in Muskegon, Michigan and have to be forced right in the eye view of an elderly man trying to eat scrambled eggs. It's disgusting.
You heard it from James. He thinks old people are disgusting. Public service announcement. Thank you.
I do, guys. Old people. I think I've said it on an old episode, too, of just saying, let them freaking die. Or maybe that was you that said that, and I just built upon it.
I think I did say that, actually.
Hey, guys, you heard it here first. Both hosts of This Movie's Gay now officially think old people are disgusting.
I don't think I ever said they were disgusting. I just said let them die.
Yeah, I mean, a rotted corpse is disgusting, right?
Not all old people are rotting corpses.
They're pre-rotted corpses. So what I'm saying, but if you're saying let them die, hey,
James, technically
they're dead.
You're a pre-rotted corpse.
Ooh, yes, I wish I was a post-rotted corpse. Then Nicole brings me back with necromancy, and she's like, we will take the town together, and then I bite her to turn her, and then we're zombies.
Why would you, okay, so if she brought you back as a necromancer, is she bringing you back completely, or is she turning you into a zombie?
It's like I guess like you know how vampires are
but then, like, why would you, if she brings you back, she technically has some control of you, so you'd try to bite her, but she would have control. So
she wants to be bitten.
You. Why would she want to be bitten?
So,
would she lose her necromancy powers? Is she undead now?
Yes. So,
why would she be undead when she was alive?
In this case, undead.
I have a lot of questions.
Okay, and I have a lot of answers, sir.
But we're out of time.
No, we're not. So, just a quick thing. In this reality, zombies are intelligent people. It's kind of like a vampire. Vampire is technically a zombie, but not in the classical sense of zombie, zombie with an eye.
I would say a vampire isn't undead. A zombie is a very specific, different thing.
So we're classy, like Marvel zombies. They still had the wits about them. They just had an undying hunger. Kind of like vampires. They have their wits about them, but they still have an undying hunger. Hungies. So Nicole and I, we're not going to bite people to kill them. No. We have knives, well, not knives. We have swords. Those are what we call big knives. Now that's a knife. And we're just, plate mail and stuff, and they have
Can you do your
skulls.
southern accent and say that?
The shipper on us and knife corn. And we're friggin' slicing down people. And once they're dead, then then like a friggin' beer, we crack open their skulls and gulp, gulp, gulp. Brains for days.
Someone the other day brought up your southern accent.
Yes.
I don't remember who it was, but yeah, me asking that was for them.
Nice.
Whoever
Yes,
it was,
yes,
whoever
yes.
you were, I apologize. I am very hungry and very tired, so I cannot remember anything.
Hey, Corwyn, where are we at on this?
We're at 49 minutes.
You want to know what you
Almost.
want? Do you have any more?
50.
You want any more questions about this zombie world Nicole and I live in? Oh, she still does have spells.
No,
She's
I'm just gonna.
a zombie wizard.
If you try to, I'm a wizard. I'm the ice queen in this world. If you try to bite me, I will freeze you to death.
What if Nicole casts, I don't know, like blight on you?
I mean, I will murder the world.
But blight, are you a plant in this world?
No.
Okay, so it doesn't auto crit, auto max damage. But she's still gonna put blight on you.
If you try to make me undead, James.
Oh no, we're just
murder
trying to make you
everyone.
dead. If you're trying to kill us.
I'm not gonna kill you unless you start something, James.
Wouldn't it be cool if so we sit at a huge table in this universe, and there's
really
a conspiracy.
long or round?
It's both. It's like a
an
NASCAR.
oval?
Yeah, it's like NASCAR.
Oh, okay.
So
It's the entire NASCAR track, y'all.
and we're sitting there, and instead of how people will poison.
Do we have microphones to talk into, or are we just gonna yell really loud?
Yes, we'll need microphones and headphones as well.
Okay, great.
Well, microphones, headphones, telephones, it's like what we use for phonics. It's crazy. Latin root words. So we're at this table and someone's trying to poison us, our drinks, but instead of putting in poison, like rat poison, they put in, I don't know, like Pedialyte, because that gains health in this world.
And because you're undead, you're the one dying.
Yep. It's like in Final Fantasy VIII, if you found a zombie creature, you just do a high potion on them. That's instant 1,000 damage.
Or it was an X potion that was like 9,999.
Doesn't X potion do that? Oh, it might. I forgot there was something even bigger than high potion.
Yeah, you got Mega too.
Mega? What does Mega do?
I don't remember.
What does a potion do then?
It's been a while.
Wait, no, I think
Potion
Mega
does like 500.
No, I think Mega Potion is Pokemon.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
No,
hey guys.
there's a bunch. There is definitely one higher than, and then there's a Elixir, and I know there's Mega because there's Mega Elixir.
Oh yeah, hold on.
So there's Mega
but
Potion.
I don't think there's a Mega Potion. I think it's just.
I think there is.
Hold on, guys. We gotta find this out right now. So speaking of Final Fantasy, if I had a PO box, please send me the Final Fantasy VIII toys. Final Fantasy Potions.
Mega Potion, FFX. It's in Final Fantasy X. Mega Potion is a recovery item that restores 100% of current maximum HP for all party members and removes danger.
Potion, high potion, X potion. What does an X fully restores HP?
Full. Yeah, but it's only one.
Yeah.
Mega is all but for everyone.
Oh, and then elixirs they also MP?
MP,
Okay.
yeah. And then
A Phoenix Down. What does that do though?
that
Corwyn?
revives people
Yes, it does.
from fainting.
Now, what does a tent do?
A tent is where you rest on the map so that you restore your health and MP. And does it cure poison? It might.
I think it does. So these
What's
are
the one that is it Asuna that heals status ailments, or does that do something specific?
Oh, I have no idea about that. A cottage, what fully restores parties' HP? Then what does a
cottage is a different
partially
game.
Okay. No, cottage is also in Final Fantasy. Guys,
No. I mean, because all the Final Fantasies, there's so many of them. They have different things in some of them. Some of them have tents. Some of them have cottages. Some of them don't have cottages.
But they all have a Cid and they all have little Moogles. Would you work for the Moogle male if you were in Final Fantasy?
As soon as an ability.
Corwyn, if you were in Final Fantasy, would you be a part of the Moogle Post? Oh my God.
If I was part of Final Fantasy, I would be real evil.
Whoa, guys. He's part of, I guess, the Moogle DMV. or the Moogle GOP. You guys heard it here first. Corwyn really does love the GOP. All right, well, we're now just a wiki.
We're at 53 minutes.
Oh, no, I'm saying we're now just Wikipediaing specifically potion lists for Final Fantasy.
Remedy does everything, but Asuna is a spell that does everything, or most things. Anyway, yes, we're at the time to call this a night.
Yeah, guys, Kiraga yourselves by listening to more podcasts.
Listen to me laugh.
Yeah, guys,
and all of our previous episodes. That's what people have enjoyed in the previous episodes. I've been told many times. I like it. It boosts my ego.
Corwyn,
continue to tell me that. Thank you.
You're like the Shiva summon.
I love Shiva. She's my favorite summon. She's my favorite, especially Final Fantasy VII, where she just makes all the ice come up and then she's like, haha, snap, and breaks it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, guys.
She's beautiful. Anyway, yes, I have some things to plug. Our new Instagram that we've talked about before, at This Movie's Gay. Follow us. Also follow us on Twitter at This Movie's Gay as well.
Yes.
Or follow me on Instagram or Twitter or wherever under the name at Corwynning. That's just my name with ING at the end. I sadly don't have Macbeth to plug anymore because I am done with the show. It is over. It is finished. But I enjoyed it, and I miss all the people that I've been doing that show with. It's been like a week, and I haven't seen them. It's sad.
But you can listen to them on previous episodes of This Movie's Gay. You can listen to a few of them
on previous episodes. Yes, you can. But Macbeth is over, but we'll have a new show in the future. Check us out at Sawbox Theater. It's my theater company that I'm in, Sawbox Theater Collective. Check us out.
Okay, guys. I'm trying to think of a Final Fantasy type. Hey, guys, hop on your chocobo and ride over to mlmpod.com.
Quick side in between your thing, just because you said chocobo. Whenever my brother and I were growing up, we would play Final Fantasy all the time. And, it was before they had voice actors pronouncing things in the show. And we didn't really look anything up for it, but every time we saw Chocobo, we would say Chocobo. It's great.
And beautiful. A lot of my friends would also say Kokobo. There's beautiful. A lot of,
Chocobo.
Get it. So, I also had just a flawless segue, but you're still on that Chocobo racing, the PS1 game, or possibly you're playing Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
And, God, those mini games were the best. Did you ever play Final Fantasy VIII?
Yes, I played most of the Final Fantasies.
Triple Triad was so fucking great in that game. The card game?
Yes, that one is fun.
Did you know you can buy that, like you can buy all the cards and play it?
The game in real life, yes.
Oh, man. It's very expensive, but luckily people on Etsy have done reprints of it. So you're on that chocobo riding over to mlmpod.com to check out my other podcasts such as Mostly Speaking Sentai, This Movie's Gay, I'll Get There, Hit It and Crit It, or What the Hellmouth. Also, I barely ever do this. Mondays, This Movie's Gay. Tuesdays, What the Hellmouth. Wednesdays, Hit It and Crit It. And Thursdays, Mostly Speaking Sentai. That's weekly. Every single week I'm putting out a podcast. 4 days.
That's entertainment for your morning commute 4 out of 7 days.
Yeah.
And then you can go and hit up other podcasts in our series and in the past.
Yeah.
And for those last day commute to work, I guess.
Or for those last day commutes, if you're on mlmpod.com, head over
to his rap.
Yeah, Marsh Land Monster. You can find all my CDs there completely for free to download. There's like 7 of them. Please listen to that stuff.
Yes. You done? You finished?
We're hawking CBD.
Oh, yeah,
Find
CBD.
it in the description. Use the link for trythecbd.com. Use that link. We'll get some commission off from it. I think that's it. Where are we at? Under an hour?
We're at 57:59.
Oh, yeah, girl.
All right.
This is how I sing.
I've been Corwyn.
I've been James.
Thanks for listening. Bye. Bye-bye.
This has been a Marsh Land Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today.